Watch me first, then I'll ask you to do it. I want you to do Parsva Konasana with the front leg, front thigh on the chair. And no matter how often I say this, the calf here, my back of my front leg should touch the chair. People leave a lot of gap here, enough room for a Republican army to get through here. Don't do that. They lost. Stay back. If I'm too tall for the chair, I have to put this foot a little more to this side. Don't take it on the outside like this. Keep it more inside or sit on 2 blocks or something to allow for your height. If I'm too short, the chair is too tall for me, then I can put a block here, put the foot on the block or a folded mat, some thickness there to support it. If I examine the way I position my leg here, I'm facing the backrest of the chair. The outside of my thigh here should be in line of the outside edge of the chair. Tendency is the buttock falls back and the knee falls in. Pumpkin, this right sit bone has to be moved towards the backrest of the chair as much as my body would permit. So the whole outside of the leg is like this. This is flush with this surface of the chair. As I sit here and adjust my front leg like that, if I'm tall again, my sit bone, my right sit bone may fall towards the wall, off the chair. But it should not fall to my right side. Up until that is adjusted, I keep this left foot in this position, not take it to the wall. Then I take my right elbow, support the inner knee, and put my hand on the chair this way. So my arm braces this knee back. It tends to fall forward. This will help to hold the knee back. I take my back foot, my left foot now, and just stretch it here. What I want to learn to do is little by little, I bring this left foot back in the line of my sit bones. Little by little, preferably touching the wall. You have to adjust your chair away or close to the chair for that. But as the foot goes back, I tend to untuck here, and this sit bone will then drop off the chair. That I want to watch in my mind, that no matter how far back I bring this foot, the sit bone doesn't fall like this. The only people who should allow the sit bone to fall back, you know who they are. I'm reminding again, the idea is I keep the left foot forward, very comfortable position. Slowly I learn to stretch it back. In my mind, as I bring the left foot back, I watch what is happening to the right half of the pelvis. It should not untuck. It should keep the tucking action as you go further and further back. Now, if the neck bothers you in this position, once the front knee is properly positioned, you can take that hand off the chair and support your head with that hand, if you need it. Otherwise, you need a second chair or a stool to support your head. But try and stay longer in the position to create more and more sense of height in the pelvis, which I'm repeating is not a physical height, it's a pranic sensation. But it is real. As I twist my body, my trunk towards the right here, towards the left, the more I twist, the more I want to also watch, I tend to untuck the left half of the pelvis. So before I turn my trunk to the left, I will check in my mind what is happening to the right half of the pelvis. Am I tucking? I don't want to lose any sense of that tucking as I turn the trunk. And while doing all this, don't want to forget 2 things. Eyes, ears, tongue, soft. And second, whatever it is that the body is able to do is a God-given blessing. This is not an achievement. Now, as you move the foot back slowly without rotating the chair, as you move the foot back to be in line of the sit bones, each time you move the foot a little further back, check that the left half of the pelvis has not untucked. Sometimes my friends who do study medical science, they argue with me. They said that the leg begins in the head of the femur. And then I ask them to do this posture. Each time they move the leg back, they untuck the pelvis. Sounds like the leg begins in the top of the pelvis. Carefully bring the back foot further and further back in line of the sit bones without untucking the left half of the pelvis. And as you are doing this seated on a chair, holding it perhaps a little longer than you are used to, tell yourself, I want to be able to pay the same attention when the chair is not there.